Well, hello and welcome to the Neville Richards Premier League show. Matty Milne, Mark Hayes. Matty, finals were in the air. There was a sense of bravado about a couple of teams, but particularly the Pirates. And here we are, the wash-up.
Yes, Hazy.
Carnage.
Finals fever hit Portarlington on Saturday. You could feel the pressure, the tension on the players.
You could.
The question was going to be who could handle the pressure or who would wilt under the expectations, and there was one major team that wilted massively.
Well, surely it can't be the Pirates because they've been talking up how they behave and respond under pressure all year.
Yeah, well, watching the live scoring through the day, a lot of players from both teams got off to hot starts. They were all going really well.
Yeah.
Then there was a little bit of a stutter mid-round or a late round collapse, but they let their opposition players off the hook. But it was a great day. There were surprises, there was upsets. What a day of golf. Like even the Golf Premier League website crashed with under the... Yes, results didn't get posted till 8:13 p.m. on Saturday night. My phone was running hot from members wanting to know what had happened, but yes, it was a good night, a good day.
It was a good day. So I'm not sure how the best to do this, but we should perhaps just touch on the results. Perhaps the knockout final between the Tornadoes and the Peakers first, just very briefly.
Yeah, we will. And I noticed yourself, Hazy, you were on the course on Saturday.
Yeah, no,
ventured out.
I did sneak out. I wanted to be part of the atmosphere. It was great.
How many points?
30.
Yeah. Any trouble trying to locate your golf ball at any stage?
I did have an issue, Matthew, as you point out, on the 11th, as it turned out to be on the 9th.
Right, as we can have a look at the video here, I think you might have been like at maybe 160 metres offline, looking in the wrong area.
There's birds in that area. I swear they took my ball. I swear.
So you're playing the 11th and you're looking in the GUR over the hill near the 12th
Correct.
fairway. You're looking down there, and then our young friend Andrew Wooten found your ball nearly on the 10th fairway. Is that right?
Yes, I could hear the giggles before he alerted me to the fact that it was my ball. I could see the video was out and the giggles were happening.
Oh, very good. Thanks, lads, for that.
No, that's shit from you. Yeah.
But yes, I thought I'd do something actually first, Hazy, with obviously with finals being in play now, and the pressure coming off the four teams that aren't involved.
Yeah.
I thought I'd see how the Goblins would go against the four finalists.
Well, they've been so good all year.
Well,
Matty.
I thought lack of pressure, maybe that they might stand up and have a good performance and might have actually had a real win, as we would like to call it. But, well, what do you reckon they scored?
Well, with the pressure valve released, I'd say probably 205, 210 maybe.
They still had a couple of players away, obviously, because there was no, I suppose, responsibility to be here. But they scored 184.
With the pressure off?
With the pressure off.
Wow.
And didn't Rick Edmondson enjoy the pressure valve being released?
Well, I did see he was away early. He was going beautifully.
He had 39 points, and with that he choked.
Did he?
He did. He started on the 10th hole.
Yeah.
He wiped 10 and 12.
So, okay, all right.
And then he dominated through 13 to 18. Had 18 points in 6 holes.
Nice.
3-pointers on holes 13, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Nice work.
And then also had a 1-pointer on the 1st, 3rd, 4th and 5th.
1-pointer.
3-pointers.
Oh, 3-pointers. Yeah.
And then he had a 1-pointer on 6 and 7.
Okay.
So Rico,
still travelling along all right.
good effort, 39. You probably threw trophy of the day away again, but anyway. But then we also delved a bit deeper of players who were in Premier League that might have played better when the pressure was released, and some notable players we had in the under 25s we'd like to highlight. Stevie Evans, 22, Goblin. Craig Connolly was a Warrior, 22. David Byrne, Goblin, 23. Justin McGrath.
He's a Goblin.
The Goblin. 19 points after 10 holes.
Oh, going well.
And finishes with 23.
What?
Wiped 3, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh.
Ray Lineker, 24. And a notable omission would be the Sheik, he had 26.
Wow.
So just because you weren't in Premier League and you all thought you were going to get away with a shit score, think again, because we are still watching you.
We're still watching. All right, so do you want to touch on the results here or just get straight into it?
We'll get into the results, what we got.
Righto, well, let's have a look. We're just before we get onto the main score, we just want to get some props into place.
The plank, is that giving us something that's happened?
Yeah, we're preparing, Matty. We've got to start preparing for the harsh realities of final series.
Pirates walking the plank, I guess.
Walking the plank. Can't believe it. The most talked about, talkative, talked up team is on life support after a it wasn't a shocking effort, but they were overrun by the Bullies.
They were. It was the Bullies 210 defeated the Pirates 206.
Imagine if the Pirates had to walk the plank next week, straight sets.
Pirates had the 13 players. Rob Casey was away. The Bullies had 11. Jen Edmondson was away.
She was that confident that she didn't even play.
Yes, it's
Saved yourself from a potential. Well, we might talk about this before the grand final.
What was it? It's called a POFO, isn't it? That's what she had?
Well, she's trying to say that it was a FO, as in just a fell over sort of arrangement, but the ambulance version of it is a PFO, a piston fell over.
Interesting.
We're just debating which one it is.
Just been up in Cairns celebrating Stewie Madden's 80th birthday and had quite a few refreshments, I believe, and had a little stumble maybe, but she's hurt her arms. As you can tell, probably doesn't affect her pokey hand and her drinking arm, but no good for golf though. But no, the Bullies were too big, they were too strong. Prior to the game, Friday night, the captain of the Pirates, Mirrors, got in contact with the chairman.
Scuba.
Wanted to send out maybe a little email or a text message to all their players to stress the importance of the game and what they need to do and how they can try and get themselves over the line. Chairman overruled him, said, no need, Darren.
Really?
The team knows what they need to do. I've trained them well enough that they know we don't need to give them any extra. Didn't that blow up in your face? But for the Pirates, Dennis Wood and Johnny Powell scored 30. Jimmy Pike hit the scoreboard with 33. Dave Newman 34. Mirrors and Flea Pollock had 36.
Good score.
And the chairman, Scuba Hub, had 37.
Nice score.
While the Bullies, Sean Rodwell, Richard West and Bill Archer, 31 was counted for their team. Judy Said had 32. Jackie Rowe 34. Stu Anderson 35. Rossi Moreland had 37. But the big star, first player out on the course, was Kevin Hudson with 41.
Extraordinary, Kev. Absolutely exemplary after a couple of rugged weeks. Did think the clubs were in trouble a few weeks ago. I thought he was talking about giving them the old heave-ho, Matty.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I spoke to Kevin in the morning and he came in focused. Did say that during the week he had spoken to Mirrors and mentioned about the final. And Mirrors was like, are we playing your team? He goes, well, yeah. He goes, it doesn't matter who we play, we just win. Ooh. So that really revved up Kev, and his comments were, I'm thinking of Heaton's head as the golf ball all the way around. And that led to his 41 points. But the AM session, the Bullies players dominated. They had the 7 players while the Pirates had 5. As we mentioned before, the best for the Pirates was Flea on 36. He was 29 after 13.
Ooh.
Wiped 5 and 7. Dave Newman had 34 and Woodsy had 30. But they were severely eclipsed by the Bullies with all 7 players in the 30s. Main scorers with Judy Said 32, Jackie Rowe 34, Stu Anderson, Rossi Moreland with his 37. Had a little eagle on the 8th, as we can see by the video here, Hazy, that you took.
Ross Moreland, what'd you hit in?
50 degree.
From where?
87 metres.
Here on
8.
Magnificent. How often do you do that, mate?
Probably once every 3 rounds, Hazy.
It was an awesome shot. Never looked like missing, to be honest, and he played a fantastic round. Would you believe he actually hit one out of bounds with his second shot on 14? So
he's had a really good day.
A wipe there, and other than that, playing off 4, that's a really good score. So very impressive to watch Ross Moreland play. So that was really good. I did get this little video of Judy Said. She was on fire early, and I think there was a real buzz about the Bullies out on course. They were clearly on a mission. The scores were bouncing around, Matty, like they knew that there were some good things going on.
And even when you watch Kevin Hudson's round there, he started on the 10th tee and he had a wipe on 10. Then he had 16 points after 6, 23 after 9.
Wow.
Wiped the first, 29 after 12, and with a 3-pointer on the last hole, he signed for the 41.
Two wipes.
2 wipes in that as well.
Oh, wow.
So for the PM, the Bullies players gave the Pirates a bit of a sniff because there was a bit of a lacklustre effort from the afternoon players. But as Sean Rodwell said, cream rises to the top. But the best for the PM Bullies was Sean Richie West with 31. That was the best that they could do. And the Pirates with that little chance, when Scuba Hub hit the board with his 37, he started on the 10th and had a wipe.
Oh.
And he also wiped the 5th. Jimmy Pike was the best score for the season on 33. He wiped 2, 6 and 12.
Ooh.
And Johnny Powers 30 was in. It was left to 3 lone Pirates on the course. Manny Golfus has won. He's in the last group. And then there was the 2 high-priced, highly regarded, in their own mind, players. McMuffin and Mirrors. So McMurrich, after last week's heroics, 40 points, karma came back to bite him on the arse.
Well, Matty, I understand because we had an action-packed video last week. There was so much stuff going on. We had to actually leave some stuff on the cutting room floor that you might have had some leftovers here that may or may not have aged very well.
Yes, well, as you can see from this video that's coming up, that let's say we had a bar side interview with Lee last week after his round of 40, and he was cock-a-hoop. But as you can see here, hasn't it aged well? Just have a look at this. G'day Premier League family. Here I've got Leroy from the Pirates. He had a little 40 points today and is the winner of our Travis Matthew Polo. How you going there, Leroy?
I'm fine. I'm just having a little furphy, you know. It's and Matthew, welcome.
Yeah, and how did you play today?
To the Lee show.
So you played all right?
I didn't play too bad. I think 3 putts I missed.
Right.
I should have won the whole day. Not.
So you missed out on the monthly medal on a countback after, as you can see here on this video here of the putts that you missed on the 18th. But obviously had a couple of refreshments on the way around.
Did have 10.
10?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wasn't a bad day.
And I just want to give you a special presentation because this is what you'll be later on tonight. This thing here, incoherent. There's no chance that you'll be awake. It's now 6 o'clock and you'll be no chance to be awake at 6:30.
Well, Matthew, I think Premier League I'm just going to bring it. I've bought it today. I'm going to bring it tonight. And I've got to go to work in the morning. So
Pirates have made the finals, top of the ladder. Play the Bullies next week. You play your son, Coop. What's your message for Coop?
Coop, you're done for, mate.
You're not going to just lay off so Coop can get through to the next round?
I've found something. First round that I've had a real good round. I think I've found something that's going to get us over the line for the final.
Right, so thank you all, guys. As you'll probably see through the video, we have a couple of little videos here of Lee on the way round, and he's still no good.
And Hazy, thank you, my man.
Oh, Lee. Oh, you've got to be so careful. You never see us do stupid things when the video's on.
It's like talked himself up, gave his son a clip, and then his son team just knocked him over. But and then half an hour later, he was asleep after that.
Yeah. Well, that would make sense.
But yes, Hazy, what do you reckon he had on Saturday, Lee?
Well, I assume coming off 40 that he was, at least somewhere around the 36-ish area.
Yeah, 29.
Oh.
He had wiped the 13th, 1 point on 14, 15, 16, 17. To have 11 on the first 9. What a joke. So that left it to Mirrors, the one who talks it up more than anything. When he came in with his 36, wiped his first hole as he was pooing his pants in nerves. 36 wasn't enough to get it done, so it left one player on the course, and that was Manny Golfus. And we can't tell Manny's scores because he uses a scorecard. So I said to Heaton that Manny needed to have 35 and it would have recorded a famous victory. Scorecard got returned and it was a paltry 27. Victory for the Bullies for the second year in a row. Do they have it over the Pirates?
Wow. 210 to 206 final score, and that books a grand final berth for the back paddock Bullies. So well done, the team in purple.
The defending champions too, that is.
Yeah. The defence is alive.
Defence is alive. We'll just go into the little under 25s for this match.
All righto, no worries.
Yeah.
I didn't know there couldn't be too many in such a quality
Well, there
encounter.
wasn't, but there was one notable one. Jerry Ravi Arnie.
Ravman.
Well, Jerry, I did predict, based on your scores last week, that you would have 20 because you went 29, 26, 23. 20 was on the cards. And I'm glad you were so happy that you scored 23 and you proved me wrong. That's great. But if you do it again next week, you'll be out in straight sets.
The plank.
The plank.
It's ready.
Wouldn't
it be a bloody nightmare if they didn't make it through?
Oh, you should have seen Heaton. He was tearing up afterwards. Yesterday morning, 10:30, I did send a welfare check text to him just to see how he was feeling after the catastrophic loss that they had on Saturday. And I think his words were, it's all part of the plan. We just need them to feel confident. We'll get them in the grand final.
Wow,
So,
all right, well, that leaves us. We've got to find a preliminary final opponent now for the Pirates. The Tornadoes and the Peakers were locked in an elimination final, Matty. Also, relatively close match too.
it was 5 points separated these two teams, and it was your dark horse team, the Peakers. 203 defeated the Tornadoes, 198. Both players had the 10 players, so it was even from that perspective. For the Tornadoes, Warren Stevenson and Andy Wooten had 30. Ando, I said you needed 36. Had 36, your team wins. Fiona Newman, 32. Bernie Reid, 33. Stu Madden, 36. And Biscuits had 37.
Wow.
On your bickies. While for the Peakers, Digger James was 31. Lloyd Shepherd, 32. David Milne, 34. Murray Wiley and Chris Dodds, 35. While John Leading had 36. The match was evenly poised through the morning. There was 5 players from each team. And the best for the Tornadoes was Fiona. She came in off her deathbed.
Yeah,
she had, I think they call it female flu.
Oh.
David had man flu on Tuesday and had to pull out, and then Fiona had
Man
female.
flu is much more serious.
Yes, that's what I would have thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was out 32. And then the Peakers, Chrissy Dodds is 35, sort of put him in the prime position. Tornadoes players in the PM tried hard. Boxhead Madden's 36 was in early, followed by Bernie Reid's. Then Lloydie Shepherd and Dave Milne sort of counteracted those ones. Then when Murray Wiley's 35 come in, Johnny Leading's 36, triangle, 2-1 wipe. Johnny was 2 under or 3 under through the early part of his round and blew a couple up.
He's a beautiful striker of the ball.
Yes, well, 2 rounds in a row he's played well and scored well, which leads. Oh, geez, can he do 3 in a row in the prelim? I don't know.
Yes, he can. I'll back you, Johnny.
Yeah. It left, like as I said, Biscuits on his 37. He was sort of the last tornado and the last chance. He tried valiantly, but he came up 5 points short. So the Tornadoes now lost the Survivor event last week.
Yeah.
And then now eliminated in the first round of the finals, like they were last year again.
It's fizzled, hasn't it? Like they really need to have a good hard look at themselves.
Peakers now progressed to the prelim. Under 25s, we only had one.
Who was that?
That was the Sword,
Oh.
24. Is he one of the most inconsistent golfers you'd see?
I think there was a interesting conversation in this very room here on Friday night. Ando was trying to tell me that the Sword has played well enough to get enough Drayton Medal votes to be in contention for the Drayton Medal, but at the same time could still be in the PPP team because he's either had 40 or 15.
Well, I think Andrew should actually be sort of more concerned about himself. Just purely the fact that he had a semi-final on Saturday, and here he was at the club on Friday night, absolutely smashed off his bonce. Spoke to Rob Moorcroft, and he can't even remember doing that through the night. So, Andrew, where's your commitment to the Tornadoes?
Oh. I will say there's a gentleman in the Peakers who's playing some exemplary golf at the moment, Matty, and there's a famous old story. There was a sort of a journeyman English cricketer. His name was James Ormond, and Mark Wall was giving him the rounds of the kitchen sledging wise out on the field one day on an Australian tour of England, and Ormond said, "Well, at least I'm the best player in my family." Famous sledge.
Right. Oh yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
There is some talk around the club that D Milne might be usurping you. He might be the Steve Waugh of this conversation, and that he might have gone past you.
Oh, well, when you were going through that, I thought you might have been referring, Murray Wiley had a better golfer brother, or Lloyd James's sons. Yeah, okay, was he referring to me, are you?
No, you.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
D Milne is on fire.
He has been consistent. Been doing it with a broken toe as well.
Has he really? And after your 20-something last week...
27, get it right.
20-something.
27 beautiful points.
Could
Worked hard for him too.
Could you be the Mark Waugh of the
Milne family.
Of the Milne family?
Yeah,
Not
well,
quite, pretty good, but not quite the best.
Yeah, my mum's probably better than me as well, so it wouldn't be hard. But yeah,
Anyway.
it's yeah, I don't know. He's going well, broken toe and all. So
He is. He's going well, very well, and he'll get to fight another day. The Peakers 203, the Tornadoes 198. So that's the end of the Tornadoes, as Matty said, and now we're set for a preliminary final between the suddenly wobbly Pirates and the Peakers. The Pirates and the Peakers.
it is, yes, and you could argue that these two, over the 3 years of Premier League, have been the two most hated franchises in the league.
Well, if we go back, Peakers were the absolute hot property at the start of the
They
first Premier
were,
League.
yeah, and everyone hated them, and now they're beloved.
They are.
Everyone loves some Peakers. But yes, the Pirates have been despised in seasons 1, 2, and still in season 3. So, but could the Peakers be the dark horse, as you suggested, during the season? Pirates haven't beaten them.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It was a draw in round 6. Then in round 13, the Peakers won 192 to 174. In round 6, the Peakers had Flanders, Digger, Muzza, Johnny lead the scorers, while Heaton, Flea, Scuba, Dennis Wood were the best for the Pirates. When we got to round 13, best scorers for the Peakers were Flanders, Yvonne Casey, Marion Keskin and David Milne and Chris Dodds. While for the Pirates, it was Heaton, Johnny Powell, and they were actually the only Pirates to score over 30 in that game.
Wow.
So they evenly matched these sides. I've done a little bit of statistical analysis
Love this. This
over
is
the
my favourite
weekend.
part of the show.
Now, if we average each player's scores, so all 13 players, their average throughout the season, the Peakers have actually got a higher average than the
Is
Pirates.
that right?
Peakers averaged 29.35, while the Pirates have averaged 29.33.
0.02 the difference.
Yes. So we've gone a little bit deeper, yeah.
Would your maths teacher be proud
Oh,
of
he
you?
was. He reckoned I could have been the Prime Minister of Australia if I put my mind to it.
Really?
Yeah, I've even got it in writing. But,
We might need to see that.
but anyway, we're going to put these players into groupings like we did for the team selection. So the two lowest handicappers in each team, followed by the next two. So Group 1, the low markers. Advantage, Pirates. Heaton and Pollock have been a bit more consistent than Leading and
Yeah.
Wiley.
Yeah.
Group 2 goes to the Peakers. Milne and Digger James over Wood and McMuffin. Group 3, the Pirates. Scuba Hub and Newman over Bell and Dodds. Group 4 actually goes to the Peakers, which was Barry Doyle and Lloyd Shepherd over Pikey and Jerry Raviani. Group 5 goes to the Peakers. Stigglebauer and Soupy over Johnny Powell and Brooksy by 0.01 of a point.
Oh, this is not just your field. This
Is the
statistically-
statistics, yeah.
Oh, right.
And then if we go to Group 6, which we include the 3 players, because we had that uneven one, and that actually goes to the Peakers.
Okay.
Flanders, Yvonne Casey and Marion Keskinen over Manny Golfers, Sue Gregory and Lynn Kirby.
Oh.
So you go
Wow.
by that, this could be a monumental Peakers victory.
By 0.02 of a point.
Yeah, the Peakers have won their last 3 games, while the Pirates have lost 3 of their last 4.
I like it.
Team composition, I checked the timesheet Sunday night.
Yes.
Pirates have got 2 players missing. One is guaranteed missing, Peter, Chairman Scuba Hub.
What?
Missing the preliminary final.
Yeah. So is this just hubris for booking something in preliminary final weekend,
Well,
thinking he wasn't going to be involved?
You would think so, wouldn't you? How arrogant is that?
Oh my goodness.
The Scuba Hub is going across to Mornington. He's going on to the other peninsula for the weekend.
Oh, really?
So he'll be missing.
Well, surely he just catches the ferry back and plays and heads back.
Well, apparently not. And the other one who's not on the
way.
timesheet is Mirrors. But Mirrors is doing Mirrors things, just checking the timesheet, seeing where he can play, maybe checking the weather forecast. While the Peakers, Rob Stigglebauer will be missing. He's away till the 30th of August. If by chance the Peakers get this done, he'll be back for the grand final. Marion Keskinen name's not down as yet. Yvonne Casey's not. They've been away, but Rob's down for Saturday. Maybe she's just working out where she's going. And also Barry Doyle and Chris Dodds aren't down as yet. So maybe preliminary finals on, they can rearrange their busy schedules and they may be able to be here for the prelim.
Ooh. Have you got any other thoughts on these players? I just think that the wild card in this whole thing is actually sitting on the Pirate side. She's had various numbers of 2-1 and no feet through the year. I think Sue Gregory's the wild card.
Yes, well, she did have the foot reattached to her body. She's been going through physio. Max has been massaging it. Apparently Flanders had been massaging it as well.
Is that right?
But I think this week it won't be happening. And to show you the importance of this, I did get a text message from Flanders yesterday morning. He was one who messaged me Saturday night about the results, saying, I think we've won, but can you confirm? But anyway, Sunday morning, he goes, I think I might need a lesson.
Sunday morning?
Because we're playing the Pirates and I despise the Pirates and I don't want to lose. Have you got any advice for me? And as people have probably seen Flanders, he would have, let's say, one of the most unique golf swings out there. You can't teach him anything. His golf clubs are putrid. So maybe getting some new clubs might help your game, Ian, but I think it's more of a mental aptitude for yourself because you are the one who can manipulate it the most, and this is the time for you to bring it.
Are you talking about manipulating the ball up the fairway or some other matter?
He can manipulate anything.
Really?
But yes, this is the time where you can shine. If you ever wanted to have a 42 or a 43, this is the day.
Yeah, I'd say bring that bourbon. You're going to need it.
And he even chipped the old man.
Did he really?
Because the old man had a good score during the week and he chipped him for doing that. And he's like, what are you talking about? You won the quarterly medal the other week and had a 41 and now... And then Flanders come back with 26, but the old man come back with 34. So, Flange, your time to shine.
Wow. Anyone else you want to put on notice?
No.
What about the Rav man?
No, Ravman's just no good. He might actually be all right this week because he won't have Scoob in his group.
Just no good.
No good.
Wow.
No good at all. I reckon he'll be lucky to get 30.
30?
I reckon he'll be lucky to get 30 this week.
Well, I reckon you're going to need 200 to contend because I think that the course is obviously in great nick. Just starting to get a little bit more flight with the warmer temperatures coming. I think we're starting to see some better scores.
Yeah, but no, Raviani will be struggling to get 30.
Ooh. You heard it here first. All right, well, that's the preliminary final this coming Saturday. As we said, it's the Pirates and the Peakers. And the winner there'll be a week off, regardless of the result. And then the grand final night will be, I think it's the
7th of September.
The following weekend. So the Bullies are already resting up players.
And Jen Edmondson's happy for the rest too. She come in Saturday night and she reckons... So in reality, she's got 2 weeks to get over this sore arm. So she may go and get a little massage or some treatment done on that because she needs to because she's no good.
Maybe some tips off Rico. You can't go there, can you? Oh, we're not inging.
I could, but I won't.
Anything else you want to put on the table, Matty? We've got a bit of a surge in the interest for the presentation.
Yes, tickets have been out, 8-9 days, and we've got over 90 already taken up. So if you haven't done so, do it immediately because I think we've got a room of about 120-ish, Hazy. So it's about 30 tickets left. So if you are intending to come, please get that in straight away. See myself or Kaylin potentially to get your ticket registered. As a player, you're not being charged for that. But if you decide to bring along the lovely, well, there's a $55 charge for them to come along there. So you'll need to pay for that. But yeah, even if you're going to come as a player, you still need to register for that. We've got tables of 8 happening on the night. In relation to table seating of who you would like to sit with, come and let me know and we'll try and get that organised for you so you can sit on table with your friends, etc.
Just check your emails because the way to book is very simple. It's just in your emails that you would have received. So check for one from the club if you haven't got it. And just
maybe check your junk as well because it has been going to some spam folders.
Has it?
Also, so yeah, just check that. Dress code for the evening, we had a few people ask about that. There's nothing specific there, but we'd probably just ask that if you wanted to wear maybe something to do with your team colours or if you did want to dress in your team theme. So if you're a peaker, you could wear some peakers or something, or pirates, you could come as a...
How are you going to come as a tornado? Because I don't want to sit next to that table.
I was going to say, wouldn't there be some wind coming out of that?
Yes. So that it's not really a a requirement. It's just a bit of fun if you do that. So I'm sure that the great man here will probably frock up with something pretty fancy.
Oh no, I don't know. I might just wear the birthday suit.
Oh my God. Yeah.
What do you reckon? Both of us up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Phew. Wouldn't that be a sight? All right, well that's it. I can't believe the Pirates have shot themselves in the foot. They're looking down the barrel of this plank.
Imagine they get rolled.
Look at that.
Good size plank.
Is it ripping plank? And who would be first off? Scuba?
No, he'd be last. He'd be going down with the ship.
Anyway, well done to the Bullies and to the Peakers, both advancing. The Peakers to play the Pirates in the preliminary final this weekend, to see who plays the Bullies in the grand final in 2 weeks after that. Matty, thank you very much.
Thank you, Hazy. Pleasure again.
Great to see everyone again, and we'll chat next week.
Thanks, guys.